Something critical is happening inside Music Bank voting right now, and most people are completely missing it. This isn't just another weekly ranking or fan popularity contest. It's a live measurement of global fan power, and SB19 is sitting right at the center of it. The numbers coming in aren't random. They're sending a signal the industry actually pays attention to. In this video, we'll break down the latest voting updates, explain what those numbers really mean, and if you stay until the end, we'll show you exactly how to vote for SB19 step by step, the right way. Before we begin, like this video, subscribe for accurate updates, and share it, because this moment only matters if people act on it. Music Bank is often dismissed as just another weekly music show, but in reality, it functions as a measurement system, one the industry still quietly respects. It doesn't simply rank songs, it measures fan behavior at scale. Voting reveals how organized a fandom is, how far its reach extends beyond borders, and whether support can be sustained over time instead of spiking once and disappearing. This is why Music Bank data still matters to producers, broadcasters, and even tour planners. Consistent voting signals reliability. It shows which artists can mobilize real people repeatedly, not just generate noise for a single release. In an industry flooded with short-term virality, longevity is currency. SB19 represents a rare case inside this system. They are not backed by Korea's Big Four labels. There is no built-in broadcast advantage or domestic media shield. What drives their presence here is pure fan momentum, coordinated across countries, time zones, and platforms. That makes every vote more meaningful and more visible. And later in this video, we'll also show you exactly how to vote for SB19, step by step, so you can be part of this moment, not just watch it. We'll break down the updates, explain what's happening right now, and walk you through the voting process clearly before the end. Right now, SB19's position in Music Bank voting reflects something more important than a sudden surge. It shows stability. Instead of dramatic spikes that fade after a few hours, their numbers indicate steady, repeat participation. That matters, because Music Bank doesn't reward chaos. It rewards consistency. This voting cycle shows SB19 maintaining presence despite structural disadvantages. No domestic broadcast bias, no automatic exposure. Yet they remain competitive because their votes are spread evenly across days, not dumped all at once. That pattern tells a clear story. This isn't casual interest, it's organized support. Music Bank voting mechanics play a key role here. Votes are submitted daily, through official apps, with account verification required. Global fans are eligible, but only valid, properly submitted votes count. That's why accuracy matters as much as effort. One correct vote is more powerful than 10 wasted ones. In a moment, we'll explain how these votes are actually counted, and why voting correctly matters just as much as voting often. For now, what's important to understand is this. SB19's current position isn't locked in. It's active, ongoing, and responsive to participation. This window is still open, momentum is still forming, and what happens next depends entirely on sustained action, not assumptions. SB19's voting strength isn't coming from chaos or mass spamming. It's being built through process. Their numbers are the result of coordinated global fans who understand that Music Bank now rewards precision over noise. Votes are coming from verified accounts, submitted correctly, and repeated daily. That combination is what turns participation into measurable impact. This matters because Music Bank has moved away from raw traffic metrics. It's no longer about who can generate the most clicks in a short time. Instead, the system favors quality votes. Votes tied to real users who return consistently. SB19's fandom fits this model naturally. Fans are spread across regions, but aligned in method. That discipline is visible in the data. The process itself is straightforward, but strict. Voting happens through the official Music Bank platform, requires account verification, and allows daily participation during active windows. Miss a step, and the vote may not count. Follow it correctly, and each vote carries full weight. If you're unsure whether your vote is actually being counted, don't worry. We'll cover the full voting process clearly at the end. What's important right now is understanding this. SB 19's fandom isn't loud, it's organized. And in today's voting systems, organization beats volume every time. This music bank voting cycle isn't operating under the old rules, and that's a critical detail many people are missing. Recent changes have reshaped how votes are evaluated, placing less emphasis on raw volume and far more on verified participation. Bots, duplicate accounts, and automated traffic have lost much of their impact. Music Bank now assigns greater weight to votes coming from authenticated users who consistently engage through official channels. This shift has quietly changed the competitive landscape. Inflated numbers no longer dominate the rankings. What rises instead is genuine fan behavior, real people showing up repeatedly. For SB 19, this change is significant. Their support base has always been built on real fans, not artificial amplification. That means fewer wasted votes and stronger efficiency per participant. While some groups struggle to adapt to stricter systems, SB 19 benefits because their fandom already operates within structure and accountability. This new cycle favors artists with global reach and disciplined supporters rather than localized hype machines. It reflects who actually has people willing to participate day after day. In that sense, music bank voting has become less about illusion and more about reality. What we're seeing now isn't inflated momentum, it's earned presence. And that's exactly the kind of signal the industry still pays attention to. Most artists competing on Music Bank enter the system with built-in advantages: domestic broadcast exposure, legacy media relationships, and long-standing network support often shape visibility before voting even begins. SB 19 enters without any of that. There is no home field advantage, no guaranteed screen time, and no legacy push quietly working in the background. Instead, SB 19 competes on pure participation. Every point they gain comes directly from fan action, not structural preference. That reality changes the value of each vote. When an artist without domestic bias remains competitive, it sends a louder signal than a chart position alone. It proves that support is intentional, not automatic. This is where global fans become the equalizer. Music Bank's international voting access allows participation beyond borders, but only if fans act consistently and correctly. For SB 19, global reach isn't a bonus, it's the foundation. Their numbers reflect people choosing to show up despite time zones, language barriers, and platform restrictions. Because SB 19 lacks traditional industry cushioning, every vote carries more weight. There is no margin for wasted participation. That makes their presence inside the system more visible and more respected. It's not about being favored, it's about being undeniable. And in competitive environments, undeniable support is the one advantage no system can ignore. A strong finish on Music Bank extends far beyond a single broadcast. Rankings influence how artists are positioned in media narratives, recommendation algorithms, and future booking conversations. When SB 19 performs well, visibility compounds. Coverage increases, clips travel farther, and platforms register sustained interest rather than fleeting spikes. Algorithms respond to momentum. Consistent voting activity signals engagement, pushing content into wider circulation. That exposure feeds back into discovery, introducing SB 19 to audiences who may not actively search for them. This is how growth becomes structural, not accidental. There's also booking leverage. Promoters, festivals, and collaborators pay attention to measurable fan response. Strong finishes, even without a win, demonstrate reliability. They show that an artist can mobilize support repeatedly, which lowers risk for organizers and partners. In this context, performance matters more than trophies. Even if SB 19 doesn't secure the top spot, perception still shifts. The difference lies in scale. Voting determines how large that shift becomes, how loud the signal is, and how far it travels. This is why participation matters. Not because a win defines value, but because voting defines impact. And impact, in this industry, is what opens doors. One of the biggest misconceptions in fan voting is believing that enthusiasm alone is enough. In reality, small errors can quietly cancel impact, no matter how strong the intention is. The most common mistake is using unverified accounts. Music Bank filters out incomplete or suspicious activity, which means votes from unverified users may never be counted. Another issue is voting outside active windows. Voting periods are strict. Submitting a vote too early or too late doesn't add weight. It adds nothing. Many fans assume their action counts simply because they clicked. But timing is everything in structured systems like this. There's also the one-time voting mindset. Some fans vote once and consider the job done. But Music Bank prioritizes consistent daily participation. One perfect vote helps. Repeated correct votes build momentum. Consistency turns individual effort into collective influence. Not updating the app is another silent problem. Outdated versions can glitch, fail to register submissions, or block access to voting sections entirely. These technical details matter more than most people realize. This is why accuracy beats enthusiasm. A calm, correct vote contributes more than rushed, repeated mistakes. When fans understand the system and work within it, their impact multiplies. SB19's strength comes from fans who vote correctly, not recklessly, and that discipline is what keeps their numbers competitive. Music Bank voting doesn't reward last-minute urgency. It rewards early and consistent participation. Voting windows are short, and once they close, rankings begin to stabilize faster than most fans expect. By the time broadcast day approaches, major shifts become increasingly difficult. Momentum is built before the spotlight turns on. Early votes establish position, and that position influences how later participation is weighted and perceived. Waiting until the final hours often feels dramatic, but it rarely changes outcomes in systems designed to value consistency. This is why staying alert matters right now. Daily engagement keeps SB19 visible inside the voting algorithm. It prevents stagnation and protects their position against sudden pushes from competitors. Each day of participation reinforces the signal that support is active, not reactive. A last-minute rush can't replace days of steady voting. It can't compensate for missed windows or inconsistent action. Real influence comes from showing up repeatedly, following the process, and maintaining pressure over time. Consistent action doesn't feel flashy, but it works. And in competitive voting environments like Music Bank, quiet consistency beats loud panic every time. This is the phase where discipline matters most. A Music Bank vote may look small on the surface, but globally, it represents far more than a chance at a trophy. It's a signal, one that tells the industry who is being supported, from where, and why. For Southeast Asian artists especially, that signal carries weight. Visibility in traditionally closed systems has never been automatic. It has always been earned through persistence and proof. SB19's presence in this space challenges long-standing assumptions about where global influence comes from. Their rise is not driven by regional dominance or legacy media access, but by fans actively choosing to participate. That's what makes this moment different. It's not company-powered success. It's fan-powered careers playing out in real time. The industry has a long memory. Voting data doesn't disappear after a broadcast. It becomes part of internal conversations, future comparisons, and long-term evaluation. Artists who demonstrate repeatable global engagement are remembered, not just for wins, but for patterns. SB19 is becoming a case study the industry won't forget. Not because they broke rules, but because they worked within the system and still stood out. Every vote contributes to that record. It reinforces the idea that global audiences can move outcomes, shape narratives, and redefine what success looks like without waiting for permission. If you want your support to count, accuracy matters. Here's the clear, official process for voting for SB19 on Music Bank. First, Download the official Music Bank voting app from a trusted app store. Avoid third-party links or unofficial platforms. Once installed, create an account using verified credentials, such as a valid email or supported login method. Next, complete account verification. This step is essential. Unverified accounts may not be counted, no matter how often they vote. Follow the in-app instructions until verification is confirmed. After that, go to the Music Bank voting section inside the app. During active voting periods, search for SB19 from the list of eligible artists. Select them and submit your vote. If daily voting is open, repeat this process each day. Consistency matters more than volume. A few important tips. Vote early rather than waiting until the last minute. Use only official platforms. Turn on notifications so you don't miss active windows. If this update helped you understand what's really happening with Music Bank voting, support SB19 the right way. Like this video, subscribe for accurate updates, and share it with anyone who wants to vote but doesn't know how. Because this isn't just about watching SB19 rise, it's about being part of the reason they do.